my yoga friends. Thanks for joining me. I'm Melanie. This is Bhavana Yoga, and today's flow is for women who surf. We'll work on strength and flexibility in the spine, core strength and openness in the hips and shoulders. Everything you need to give you more confidence and more fun out in the water. Let's get started. Have a seat on your mat. Let's go ahead and get started with the practice. Find a long, tall spine. So just sitting comfortably. You can have the legs crossed or you can sit on your knees. And if you have a more advanced yoga practice, you can find lotus pose. But go ahead and start to engage the breath. Start to become aware of what's happening for you in the body today. So noticing any places of stuckness. So take a deep breath. Inhale deeply through the nose, down into the belly. Feel the belly, then the lungs. Just notice, is it smooth? Is it jagged? Can you create more space by breathing in a fuller, deeper breath? So breathing deeply into the belly, then the lungs. And then using your abdominal muscles to press the air out. Exhale a little more completely at the bottom of the exhale so that you can drink in a longer, deeper breath on your next inhale. Inhaling deeply into the belly, filling up all the way to the crown of the head. Exhale. See if you can soften the shoulders down on your exhale and imagine grounding the sitting bones down as they root into the floor. So feeling the lower body connect to the earth, feeling the upper body start to lift. So imagining the crown of the head reaching towards the sky. Let's take fingertips on either side of the hips so that we can roll the shoulder blades together on the back. And again, pulling the belly in, long, tall spine. Just creating this beginning shape to start to move from. Let's extend the right arm out to the right, reach through the fingertips, feel the stretch in the armpit, in the bicep, maybe even the shoulder. And then we're gonna rainbow up and over. Lots of space between the ear and the shoulder. And as the breath helps you find space, start to open up a little more. So really firmly pressing into the supporting hand, as if you're pressing length into the opposite side of the body. Breathe. Look up under the arm. And then here we're going to take our right arm out to the right. Open the thumb towards the sky. Feel that stretch. And then take that palm to the low back. And then stretching the neck here. And then just kind of searching around. So just little gentle movements to coax a little more opening. And then we'll return the arm, extend it out, and then up and over. And then maybe you can come down a little further towards the floor. Reach away from that opposite knee. And then again, can you look up at the fingertips, feeling that stretch in the neck, and then press your way up to a seat. Stay really tall, lifting the sides of the waist, reaching the crown of the head towards the sky, and then extend the left arm out to the left, reach through the fingertips. Deep inhale and then rainbow nice and slowly up and over, feeling into every sensation on the way. Noticing any pops or clicks. And then again, pressing into the supporting hand, drawing length through the entire left side of the body. And reaching the left fingertips away from that left knee. See if you can look up under the arm. And then we'll take it open and extend. Thumb reaches towards the sky, so opening the palm, externally rotating the arm. Deep breath in, and then take the hand to the low back. Start to feel the stretch from your shoulder to your ear. So just finding Maybe just changing the rotation, so bringing the chin down or up, finding your most desirable stretch on this side of the neck. And then as you're ready, we'll take the arm back up and then maybe take the forearm to the floor, reach up and over a little more deeply. Maybe gaze at your fingertips, feel that stretch in the neck. Deep inhale. Exhale, soften. And then on your next inhale, come on up. From here, we're going to walk the fingertips further behind us, open the chest. Maybe you can clasp the hands. So if you can't clasp the hands, maybe it can be good to have a little washcloth or a band to hold on to. But if you can clasp anything, so sometimes I'll clasp the shirt or just like the pinkies together, it can be just enough. And here, let's go ahead and take the chin down, stretch the back of the neck. Take it a little to the right and a little to the left, changing where you're feeling the stretch. Long, deep breaths. And then gently release the hands. Let's go ahead and take the arms open to the side. Reach through the fingertips. So we're really reaching the fingertips away from each other. Feel that stretch in the armpit. Bend the elbows here. And we're going to take right arm over left. So you can either find this clasp where you crawl your hands around and bind them together, or you can just press the backs of the hands together. Wherever you are, feel that protraction through the shoulders, maybe exaggerate it. So rounding the shoulders, rounding the spine, and then release that back to neutral. So a long, tall spine. Inhale, lift the elbows. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Draw the belly in and chin to the chest. Inhale, lift. Exhale, release it down. Inhale, lift back to center neutral and gently release. Open the arms back up. Reach through the fingertips, stretch the heart forward. And then come back to a neutral spine. Bend the elbows, left over right this time. And maybe you found the clasp on one side and you can't on the other. That's okay, we're not symmetrical, so don't worry about that. But protract through the shoulders here. Feel that stretch in between the shoulder blades and your rhomboids. And then return to that neutral tall spine. From here, we lift the elbows, lift the chin, look up. Exhale, round the spine, pull the belly in, chin to chest. Inhale, lift everything. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift. Exhale, round. Inhale, lift and hold here. Gently release, take the arms out. Let's shake the hands. And then release the hands down onto the knees, face up. Just a moment noticing the energy moving in the body. And then from here, we're going to really start to move. So coming to a tabletop on hands and knees. And then if you have it, starting to use your Ujjayi breath. So starting to bring a whisper sound to the back of the throat, making an ocean sound to guide you through your practice. So see if you can start to play with that. We'll come to tabletop hands and knees pose. Plant the hands, spread the fingers wide, every finger pad pressing into the mat. Arrange your knees under your hips and toes are tucked to help you with balance. From here, we're gonna curl the tailbone up, drop the belly, lift the chest, Bend the elbows slightly and pull the palms towards you. Imagine your hips and shoulders are broadening here. And then exhale, round the spine. Bring the chin to the chest and the belly up to the spine, really suctioning it in. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the tailbone. Exhale, round, round, round. Really actively pressing into the thumb and forefinger. Inhale, curl. Exhale, round. Inhale, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose. Inhale, and exhale. Inhale, back to center neutral. We're going to start to awaken the core. So reach your right arm forward as if you were going to shake somebody's hand, and then spread the fingers nice and wide and active. Inhale deeply, exhale, press the left leg back and flex the foot, toes point down. Become aware of your low belly. Pull it in, lift the belly button. Inhale, deeply reach away. Exhale, draw the elbow towards the knee. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach away actively. Exhale, round. Inhale, reach away and hold. Gaze down at your left thumb. Bend the left knee. See if you can reach the right hand back. Find a clasp. Lift the chest. Little back bend. Quad stretch as well, so gently release that without slingshotting. Return to your extension before planting the hand and planting the knee. We're going to sweep through a child's pose for 3 breaths here to connect to the breath. Breathing deeply. Smoothing and softening the breath. And then inhale back up to tabletop. Take a moment to arrange your tabletop. And then we'll extend the left arm forward. Again, fingertips are active and spread. Inhale deeply. Exhale, extend the right leg behind you, press through the heel. So toes point down. Inhale here. Exhale, draw the foot towards, or the knee towards the elbow. Pull it in. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, reach away. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, extend and hold. Bend right knee, reach left hand back. Find your clasp, lift the chest, breathe. So pressing into the foot and pressing the foot into the hand and the hand into the foot to get that quad stretch. On your next inhale, re-extend, reach away. Exhale, plant the hand, plant the knee, take a child's pose. Breathe here. On an inhale, press up to your tabletop. So wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Articulate every finger pad into the mat. We're going to tuck our toes, lift our knees, find your way into downward facing dog. And when you get here, send the sitting bones up to the sky, lengthen the backs of the legs, pedal the feet out, sway the hips. Find something that feels good in this pose. Maybe bend the knees, send the sitting bones up toward the sky, and then soften the heels toward the floor, any amount. They don't have to touch the floor. Just feel that stretch in the backs of the calves and the backs of the hamstrings. Inhale deeply, we're gonna round forward to a plank. Shoulders over wrists. Heart reaches forward. Legs are active. Press through the heels, pull the belly in. Inhale deeply here. Exhale, bend the elbows, lower all the way down to the mat. Release the tops of the feet, take palms under shoulders. Roll the shoulder blades together on the back. Elbows still graze the ribs and are bent. Exhale, release it back down. Press through hands and knees to child's pose. 3 breaths here. Inhale, press up to tabletop. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing your down dog. On your next inhale, press into the left toes. Lift the right leg up and back behind you. Press through the heel. Lengthen the foot away from you. Toes point towards the earth. Inhale deeply. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, right between the elbows. Pull it up in as high as you can, as if you were trying to imprint your shin on your chest. And then inhale, lift it up and back behind you. Exhale, draw it in between the elbows, and then lift that shin. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, knee between elbows, and then lift your shin. Nice and tight. Inhale, lift it up and back. Exhale, in between elbows, and then shin comes up as high as you can. Inhale, lift it up and back, and then release it back down. We'll prepare to go to the other side. Inhale the left leg up and back, press through the heel. Soften your right heel towards the floor. Turn your left toes down. Press the heel away. Inhale deeply, exhale, knee comes between elbows, and then pull the shin up and in. Inhale, reach it up and back, foot is flexed. Exhale, foot is pointed, knee between elbows, lift the shin. Inhale, reach it back. Exhale, knee in between elbows, pull it up. Inhale, reach it up and back. And then simply release the foot down to the floor. Feet are hips width distance apart. Bend the knees. Let's roll forward to plank. Bend the knees, send the hips up and back. Downward dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, bend knees. Send the sitting bones up and back. Breathing your down dog here. We're gonna lift the right leg up and back behind you. Reach through the heel, maybe start to straighten a little more into the left leg. Soften the left heel towards the floor. Exhale, draw the knee in. This time, knee between elbows again. Set it down to the floor. Then lift it back up between elbows. Now reach it up and back. Inhale deeply. Exhale, draw it in. Down to the floor, back between elbows, and up. Inhale, exhale. Draw it in, down, up, and back. Inhale, exhale, in, down, up, back, and release it back down to the floor. Deep inhale in, deep, complete exhale. Inhale the left foot up and back behind you, press through the heel, toes point down. Foot is flexed. Inhale deeply. Exhale. Draw the knee in between the elbows. Drop it down to the mat. Back up. Inhale it up and back. Press through the heel. Exhale. Toes pointed. Knee between elbows. Drop it down. Back up. Inhale up and back. Exhale. Draw it in. Drop it down. Pull it back. And up. Last one. Inhale between the elbows. Drop it down towards the mat, back up, and send it back. Release the foot to the floor. Downward facing dog. Feet hips width distance apart. Round to a rounded plank. Bend the knees, send it back. So taking these body rolls again, inhale, round and roll. Exhale, bend the knees, send it back. Inhale, round and roll. This time, hold here. Deep breath in. On the exhale, lower down, bend the elbows, release all the way down to the mat. From here, we're gonna take the fingertips off the mat, nice and wide. Feet plant into the mat, nice and firmly. Inhale, roll the shoulder blades together on the back with the chest. High Cobra. With this variation, with the fingertips off the mat, lots of space in the shoulders to dip the right shoulder, open the left. Inhale, back to center. Exhale, dip the left shoulder, open the right. Inhale, back to center. Right shoulder dips. Inhale, back, and switch. Inhale, back, hold here. Really feel the strength of your low back as you press the legs into the mat, pull the belly in. Let's take the palms under the shoulders. Let's take the palms under the low ribs and press up to an upward dog. Lifting the hips, lifting the knees, lift the sternum toward the sky. Drop the knees, press back. Child's pose. Breathe here. Reconnect to the breath. On an inhale, let's press up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, find downward facing dog. Pedal the feet out, sway the hips. Soften the shoulders towards the floor. Deepening the back bend here and the stretch in the armpits and the shoulders. Also deepening the stretch in the legs. Breathe deeply. On an inhale, press into the left toes, lift the right leg up and back behind you. Foot is flexed, reach the heel away from you. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest, and let's step it through. Left knee softens down to the floor. Come up to the right knee, right thigh. Pull the belly in, tuck the tailbone. Let's come up, lifting the arms. Anjaneyasana. Soften the hips towards the floor. Make sure your knee is not shooting past your ankle. So stacked over or behind, and then soften the hips a little more. Lift the heart towards the sky. Let's take the hands in prayer. And then come down to frame the foot. We're gonna heel toe it towards center and a little forward to make space to pull the toes towards us, flexing the foot. And then we swivel the hips to the left. So right hip swivels back, toes flexing towards you. Chest is just reaching forward. Breathe. Have a little micro bend at least in the knee to protect your knee. Inhale deeply. Exhale, step into the foot, plant the left hand, open the right arm up for a twist here. Let's take some circles, reaching the arm back, down, forward, and up. Inhale as the arm comes up, exhale as you circle it through. Inhale and hold here. Maybe bend the left knee. Find the foot to bind, open the right side chest toward the sky. Breathe. Soften the hips a little towards the earth, deepening the stretch in the quad. Try not to sink in that left shoulder. Let's take the arm back up, coming out the way we came. Before framing the foot, lift the left knee, step the right foot back to meet the left. Inhale in plank, exhale, go through a flow. Chaturanga, up dog, downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog. Press into your right toes. Lift the left leg up and back. Press through the heel, reach it away from you. Inhale deeply, exhale, draw the knee in. Plant the foot, step it through, drop the right knee. Come up to the left thigh. Tailbone is tucking, so actively reaching the tailbone down to the earth as you draw the belly in. And then it's as if your hip points are reaching towards your ribs as they activate the core. Reach the arms up. Breathe. Lift the sternum. Let's take hands in prayer, heart center. Soften the hips towards the floor. And release that. Take the right hand inside of left foot. Left arm comes up. Not sinking in the shoulder. Reaching them away from each other. Breathe. And then circle that back. Down, forward and up. Nice and fluid. Inhaling as you come up. And exhale to circle through. Inhale and hold here. Maybe bend the right knee. Lift the foot. Find the bind. Open the left side chest toward the sky. Press the foot into the hand. Hand into the foot. Open a little more. One more deep inhale. Exhale, gently release that. Come to frame the foot. Heel toe it a little towards center and give yourself a couple more inches of space to draw the toes towards you. Swiveling the hip, the left hip back, right hip forward. Reaching the chest towards the toes. Breathe. So nice flat back here. One more inhale. On the exhale, step into the left foot. Plant the hands, lift the right knee. Step the left foot back to meet the right. Inhale in your plank. Exhale, lower down. Come up, Cobra or up dog. This time, press back to child's pose. Breathe in your child's pose. From here, let's press up to tabletop. Take a moment, arrange your tabletop. Wrists under shoulders, knees under hips. Tuck the toes, lift the knees. Downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog. Pedal the feet out, sway the hips. Soften the shoulders towards the floor. On an inhale, let's lift the right leg up and back. Reach through the heel, press it away from you. Lengthen the leg. Exhale, draw the knee in to the chest and then twist over to the left elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, draw it in and then twist. Inhale, reach. Exhale, draw it in, twist it over. Inhale, reach it up. Exhale, draw it in. Twist it over. Now, see if you can let the left heel drop to the floor. Extend the right leg out to the right. Fall in triangle. Expand in every direction. Inhale, come back to three-legged dog. Right leg extends up and back. Let's go through a flow here. So you can either drop the leg or keep it extended. Take your chaturanga. Up dog. Downward facing dog. Breathe. On an inhale, lift the left leg up and back behind you. Press the heel away, lengthen the leg. Exhale, draw the knee into the chest and twist over to the right elbow. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, draw it in, twist over. Inhale, reach, lengthen. Exhale, draw it in, twist over to the right. Inhale, reach it up and back. Exhale, draw it in, twist over. Come to the inside edge of the right foot. Extend the left leg forward, fallen triangle. Reach in every direction. Expand. Exhale, draw the knee back into the chest. Extend it up and back behind you. Three-legged dog. Either drop the foot down to the floor before your flow or keep it lifted. Inhale, chaturanga, up dog. And roll over the toes, downward facing dog. Inhale, roll forward to plank. Exhale, bend the knees. Send it up and back, down dog. So taking these body rolls once again. Inhale, roll forward. Exhale, bend the knees. Send the hips up and back. Inhale, like a massage, rounding forward. Exhale, send it up and back. Inhale, roll forward and hold here. Hold in your plank. Round the shoulders into the socket. Let's roll to the outside edge of the left foot. Feet can be staggered or stacked. Lift the hips. Oof. Find your balance. From here, we're gonna lift the right foot straight up. Maybe reach it behind you. Left leg stays straight. Wild thing. Inhale, return back to your side plank before returning to your plank. Inhale, in your plank. Exhale, roll over to the right, the edge of the right foot, staggering the feet or stacking them on top of each other. Left arm comes up. Inhale here. Maybe lift the left leg. Maybe bend the left leg, step it behind you. Wild thing, lift the sternum, back bending. Feel the heart expand. Everything expands in every direction. And then return to your three-legged dog. Either step the foot down or go through your three-legged flow. We'll drop the knees, find child's pose. We all meet in child's pose. On an inhale, press up to tabletop. Tuck the toes, lift the knees, find downward facing dog. Breathing your down dog. Let's inhale the right leg up and back behind us. Bend the knee, stack the right hip over the left. Inhale, straighten and extend the leg. Bring the knee into the chest. Let's settle the right shin down to the mat. Foot is flexed, extend the left leg behind you. So finding a pigeon pose on this side, controlling the stretch by how close this right foot is to your left hip. So to make it more accessible, you'll bring it closer for a deeper stretch. You'll try and take it closer to parallel to the short edge of the mat. Inhale, lift the chest. Exhale, soften down any amount. Find your pigeon stretch. We'll take 5 long, deep breaths from here. Left leg is still gently active. On your next inhale, lift the chest, and then tuck the left toes, lift the left knee, step the right foot back, find your plank. Exhale, lower down, chaturanga. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathe in your down dog. On an inhale, lift the left leg up and back behind you. Bend the knee, stack the hip, left over right. Opening that hip. Breathe into your stretch. Inhale, straighten and re-extend the legs to bring the shin forward. Foot is flexed, settle the shin onto the mat. And again, controlling the stretch by how close that left foot is to your right hip. Extend the left leg behind you, actively pressing it into the mat. Lift the chest. Exhale, soften and find your stretch. Long, deep, nourishing breaths here. And as you're ready, come up to the hands. Step into the right toes, lift the right knee, step the left leg back, inhale in plank, exhale, lower down. We're gonna take a few back bends here. So take the palms under the shoulders, roll the shoulder blades together on the back, elbows, squeeze the ribs, Cobra pose. Press the legs into the mat, exhale, release it back down. Keeping that posture, so keeping the palms under the shoulders. Let's repeat that. Inhale, really roll the shoulder blades together and then lift. Exhale, drop it down. Inhale, actively press the feet into the mat, roll the shoulder blades, pull the low belly in. Exhale, release it down. Last one, inhale, come up. Maybe straighten the elbows. But if you have pinching or pain in the low back, skip it, come back to child's pose. Exhale, we're all going back to child's pose. 3 breaths here. Soften into the mat, release the weight of the body into the mat. On an inhale, we're going to crawl to a seat. So take your time getting there. And start to let go of the need to use effort. Going to open up the hips. So extending the right leg out to the right, left foot comes in to the groin. Inhale, get really tall, and then walking it forward any amount. So you might not come down very far. I have an injury in this leg, so I'll only be coming down this far. Go ahead and breathe here. If you have any pinching or pain, come out. Definitely protect the knees. If you need a bend in the knee or support underneath it, go ahead and take a moment to find that. But wherever you are, give some long, deep, nourishing breaths to your stretch. On an inhale, pull the belly in to come up. Take your left hand behind you, take your right arm up, and then twisting over to the left knee. Stay really tall here. And then maybe if you need to come out a little bit, stay tall. Go ahead and do that. But as you exhale, see if you can pull the belly in and twist a little more deeply. Reaching that right shoulder back, reaching the shoulder blades together still, so they're still trying to come together on the back in this shape. We're going to release the left fingertips, but keep a hold on that left knee if you can. We're going to reach up and over. So using these opposing energies to find a nice stretch here. And then you can release the hold on the knee. We're going to come down to the inside of the thigh. So maybe you stay here, You can always take the hands in prayer to support you. We want to keep the chest open. And then rainbow up and over, heading towards the toes. Don't worry about if you get there or not. Let's soften with every breath. On an inhale, come on up. We're going to turn towards our extended leg here. So again, if you need support under the knee, go ahead and find that. We're going to hinge at the hips and then come forward any amount. So just reaching the chest towards the toes, and there is a twist in the low back here. On an inhale, find your way up. We're going to plant the left hand outside of the left hip, walk up onto that left knee, press into the right foot. Reach the right arm up and over. And then gently release the hips back down to the earth. We're going to switch it out. So left leg extends, right foot comes in towards the groin. And round through your sitting bones. So maybe move the flesh away from the bone so that you can get a long, tall spine growing out of that grounding through the sitting bones. And then hinging at the hips to come forward any amount. Find your stretch here. Foot is flexed, toes and knee point towards the sky. Gentle activation in the leg. Breathe here. On an inhale, pull the belly in to come up. Let's take the right hand behind the right hip, left arm comes up. Inhale, get really long and tall, and then twist over to the right knee. And then on an exhale, see if you can pull the belly in and twist a little more, gazing over that right shoulder. And then see if you can secure this hold on the knee and then reach the right arm up and over. If that's not working, just take the hands in prayer and lean over onto this left thigh. Reach the right arm up and over. The chest is open. So not rounding and closing in here. Keep opening up. Maybe you're able to come down a little more deeply as we move through the breath. And inhale to come up. We'll turn towards our extended left leg. So just turning the chest. So a little twist in the low back. You can take your left hand behind you. Inhale the right arm up and then coming to the outside of the calf or the ankle or the foot. Chest reaches towards the toes so the spine is long. Just gazing down at your knee or shin. And pull the belly in. Inhale to come up. Plant the left hand outside the left hip. Come up onto the right knee. Reach the left arm up and over. Press into the left foot. Reaching away, stretching. I love this stretch. Exhale, set it down. Let's come to lengthen the legs in front of us on the mat. From here, we're going to come down onto our backs and draw the knees in for the last part of our core work. So I've been really enjoying this little core workout. So let's see if we can roll up and down the spine to come up onto the sitting bones. And then maybe take the hands to support you behind so that you can bring the shins parallel to the floor. Pull the belly in and then extend the right arm, maybe the left. So balancing on the sitting bones. Opening the chest. Tailbone is tucked, reaching towards your heels. Breathe here. Maybe straighten the legs. If you can, internally rotate the legs slightly. Keep breathing, long, deep, nourishing breaths. We're going to lower all the way down onto the floor. So maybe just articulate the spine down onto the mat. Pull the knees in. Hands come behind your skull. So fingertips gently touching the sides of the skull. Arms just open out to the side. We're going to extend the left leg, have the right knee bent, but we come past the knee with the elbow, if you can. Press the outside of the arm or the outside of the leg into the elbow there. And then switch, taking that right elbow past the thigh and press it in. So we're getting a different kind of a activation there. Press the right thigh, left elbow. Left thigh, right elbow. So coming past and then press it in. Feel it touch and switch. Exhale as you press. So inhale, exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, press. Inhale, exhale, press. And then draw the knees in. Give them a squeeze. You can rock side to side or up and down. Let's settle the feet into the mat. And we're going to take bridge pose here. So elbows at the sides of the ribs, fingertips. Elbows near the ribs, fingers point towards the sky. Press into the feet, lift the hips. Press into the elbows, lift the upper back. Maybe roll the shoulders out and find the bind. Clasping the hands and expanding the chest. Space underneath the chin, like you were holding a bender in there. And lift the hips, lift the chest. Breathe here. Knees trying to reach towards each other so they're not splaying out. And then gently re-articulate the upper back down onto the mat, all the way down to the knees. Bring the hips. Let's bring the knees together, feet apart. And we're going to windshield wiper the knees. Releasing the hips. And let's take the feet close to each other again. We're going to cross the right ankle over the left knee, left thigh. And foot is flexed. Maybe open the knee first, feeling that stretch. And if you would like more, you can reach the right hand through the legs. Grab the left shin or thigh and draw it in. Breathe here. So again, long, deep breaths. Start to soften the back body into the mat. Start to let go of any tension or need to use effort. And then release the left foot down to the floor, uncross the legs and switch. So left ankle crosses over right knee, right thigh. Open the left knee out, foot is flexed. And maybe that's enough stretch for you. Maybe you'd like more, so grab the front of the right shin or thigh and draw it in. And then release the right foot back down to the floor, uncross the leg. Let's take both of the knees into the chest, and we're going to extend the right arm out to the right and simply drop the knees over to the left. Maybe take your left hand outside the knees to ground them down, or maybe you can grab the right foot for a deeper stretch. So you'll feel that in the IT band on the right side. If it's too much for you, simply bend the knees. If this is too much, simply bring the knees a little lower. Gaze comes to the right thumb to complete the twist. Soften here. And then maybe help the knees back to center. And then we'll simply drop them over to the right. Left arm extends out to the left. Again, you can take the option to straighten the left leg, maybe bind with the outside of the left foot with the right hand. Gaze comes to the left. Soften that left shoulder towards the earth. It's going to be hard. It needs to find some space first. Give it some breath. And then again, using the right hand, helping the knees back to center. Give them a squeeze. Maybe bring the nose to the knees. And then we'll release down for a Shavasana. So opening the feet wide, letting them flop open, palms face up. Maybe draw the shoulder blades underneath you. And then soften here, melting into the mat. Just let the bones feel heavy. And then tune in to the earth's magnetic energy. Allow the earth's magnetic energy to draw any remaining tension from your body. Let's go ahead and start to awaken the fingers and toes. Let's take wrist circles and ankle circles in both directions. And let's take a big cat stretch overhead. Really reach the fingers away. And then let's take the feet to the left and the hands to the left and make a banana shape to the left. And then inhale back to center. We'll make that banana shape to the right. And then inhale back to center, draw the knees in, roll over to your left side. Take a couple of breaths here. You can simply and easily press your way up to your seat, crossing the legs, finding a comfortable seat. Take a moment to notice how you feel. Notice if there's any changes in the state of your mind or the quality of your breath. I'll take this moment to thank you for practicing with me today. Namaste. So thanks again for practicing with me today. If you enjoyed this practice, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. Click the notification bell. Love to see you here again next time. Thanks again.